Have you ever hit rock bottom? Like, really hit it? The kind of moment where everything feels hopeless, where you can't see a way out and the weight of the world feels like it's crushing you? We've all been there at some point in our lives, haven't we? The hardest times can make you question everything, even your faith. But here's the thing. In those toughest moments, God's power is often more present than ever. It's easy to feel alone when life gets rough. But trust me, there's something powerful happening behind the scenes. When you're at your lowest, it's easy to feel like you're fighting alone, like no one gets what you're going through. But I promise you, God doesn't leave you. In fact, it's often in those darkest moments that He shows up in the biggest way. It's like He's waiting for you to give it all to Him. Your pain, your fear, your doubts. It's when you reach the end of your rope that He's right there, ready to catch you. Let's be real for a second. We all like to think we can handle life's challenges on our own, but there are times when you just can't do it. You've tried everything, you've fought, and still, the battle seems never ending. That's when God's strength comes in. He doesn't ask for your perfection. He doesn't expect you to have it all together. What He asks for is your faith. When you trust Him with your struggles, something incredible happens. You start to see His power working through you. And hey, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to you. Yes, you, reading this right now. I know life can be overwhelming sometimes, and it takes strength to keep going when everything feels like it's falling apart. So thank you for taking the time to read this. You're showing up for yourself, and that's a big deal. If you're struggling right now, just know that your perseverance doesn't go unnoticed, and neither does God's love. Keep going, because things will get better. Now, let's talk about the peace that God can bring in the storm. You know, when life is chaotic and nothing makes sense, that's when God's peace can step in. It doesn't always mean that your situation will instantly change, but it does mean that you'll find a calm in the chaos. It's the kind of peace that doesn't make sense to the world, but you feel it deep down in your soul. It's like God is saying, I've got this. You don't have to carry it all on your own. The truth is, tough times can make us stronger, but we don't have to go through them alone. God's power is there for us to tap into, especially when we feel like we can't go another step. It's in the moments where you feel the most vulnerable that you're actually being shaped and prepared for something greater. God's power is a power of transformation, not just survival. So when life gets tough, don't give up. Don't doubt for a second that God has you in His hands. It's not always going to be easy, but the tough times can bring you closer to Him. And in the end, that connection with God is where you'll find the strength to keep moving forward. When you look back at these tough moments, you'll realize that God's power was working in your life the entire time. It might not have felt like it in the moment, but it's often in the struggle that we see the most growth. So trust the process, trust that God is with you, and know that no matter how hard it gets, His power will always be there to guide you through. You're never alone in the toughest moments.